Sa video natin ngayon mga ka-maestro ay pag-usapan at alamin naman natin itong mga list of eligible agencies para po sa PBB 2023. Ayan, so upon checking nga po sa website po ng PBB Secretariat, nag-release na po sila ng mga eligible agencies. Actually kahapon po ito, no? February 5, 2025 po sila nag-start mag-release ng mga eligible agencies para nga po dito sa PBB 2023. So alamin po natin dito ngayon, isa-isahin po natin ano-ano ba mga agencies, ano-ano mga opisina po yung mga eligible na. So, ibig sabihin ng eligible, waiting na po yan, no, na mag-submit ng kanilang mga documents, ayan, for validation. Ayan, so, isa-isahin po natin yung 74 na mga opisina, no, na eligible na po para sa PBB 2023. Ayan, so unahin po natin tong nagmula sa Department of Agriculture, ito pong Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources. By the way, ito pong nandito is yung total score nila, then ito naman total points, then ito naman sa last column po is yung PBB percentage from monthly basic salary. Ibig sabihin, ito po yung matatanggap nilang amount, ano po, percentage from their monthly basic salary. So for the BIFAR, ang total score po nila is 15, total points is 75, and 48.75% ang matatanggap nilang PBB. Next is from DOA pa rin, Philippine Carabao Center, 16 ang score, 80 ang points, then 52%. Next is Philippine Council for Agriculture and Fisheries. Ayan, 15 po ang score nila, 75 ang points, and then 48.75% of their monthly salary. Next, nangunguna naman po sa Department of Budget and Management, Office of the Secretary. Ayan, DBM. 16 ang score, 80 points, and then 52% ang matatanggap nila. Next is, nagmumula naman sa DBM pa rin, ang Government Procurement Policy Board. 16 ang score, 80 ang points, then 52% of their monthly basic salary. Next is Department of Environment and Natural Resources, DENR, OSEC. 16 po ang score, then 80 naman ang points, 52% of their monthly basic salary. Next naman po, nagmumula pa rin sa DENR, ito naman po ang Mines and Geosciences Bureau. Ayan, 15 po ang score nila, 75 ang points, then 48.75% ang matatanggap nila. Next naman ay DENR pa rin. Ito naman po ang National Mapping and Resource Information Authority. 18 po ang score, 90 ang points, then 58.50%. Next naman po ay DNR pa rin, National Water Resources Board. Ayan, 15 po ang kanilang score, 75 points, and 48.75%. Next naman po, DNR pa rin, Palawan Council for Sustainable Development Staff. 19 ang score, 95 points, and 61.75%. Next naman po ay sa Department of Finance naman, Office of the Secretary. Ayan, 15 ang score, 75 ang points, and 48.75%. Next naman po ay ang Department of Finance pa rin, Bureau of Local Government Finance. Ayan, 14 ang score, 70 points, and 45.50%. Next naman, Department of Finance pa rin, Bureau of Treasury. Ayan, 18 ang score nila, 90 points, and 58.50%. Next po ay ang Department of Finance pa rin, ang Insurance Commission. Ayan, 15 po ang score, 75 points, and 48.75%. Next, Department of Finance pa rin, National Tax Research Center. Ayan, 19 ang score, 95 points, and 61.75%. Next po ay ang Privatization and Management Office, Department of Finance pa rin. 15 ang score, 75 points, and 48.75%. Next po, ito naman ay nagmumula sa Department of Foreign Affairs, ang Foreign Service Institute. 16 ang score, 80 points, and 52%. Next naman, DFA pa rin, Technical Cooperation Council of the Philippines. Ayan, 16 ang score, 80 points, and 52%. Next po ay ang DFA pa rin, UNESCO National Council of the Philippines. Ayan, 16 ang score, 80 points, and 52%. Next naman ay ang DHSUD, Human Settlements and Adjudication Commission. 17 ang score, 85 points, and 55.25%. Next po ay ang nagmumula naman sa DICT. Ano po mga ka-maestro? Yung DICT, ang National Privacy Commission. 15 ang score, 75 points, and 48.75%. Next naman po, DICT pa rin, National Telecommunications Commission. 14 ang score, 70 points, and 45.50%. Next naman po ay nagmumula naman sa Department of Justice, ang Land Registration Authority. 16 ang scores, 80 points, and 52%. Next naman po, DOJ pa rin, Office of the Government Corporate Council. 16 ang score, 80 points, and 52%. Next naman po ay DOJ pa rin, Office of the Solicitor General, 20 ang score, 100 points. Wow, taas nito, no? 100 points. 65% po, no? Tingin ko ito po yung pinakamalaki dito, no? 65% of their monthly basic salary. Next naman, DOJ pa rin, Parole and Probation Administration, 15 ang score, 75 points and 48.75%. Next is DOJ pa rin, Presidential Communication on Good Government, 14 ang score, 70 points and 45.50%. Next, DOJ pa rin, Public Attorney's Office. Ayan, 15 ang score, 75 points and 48.75%. Next naman ay nagmumula naman sa Department of Labor and Employment. Ano po mga kamestro? DOLE. Office of the Secretary, 16 ang score, 80 points and 52%. Next naman, DOLE pa rin, Institute of Labor Studies, 16 ang score, 80 points and 52%. Next naman, DOLE pa rin, National Conciliation and Mediation Board. Ayan, 15 ang score, 75 points and 48.75%. Next naman po ay DOLE pa rin, National Labor Relations Commission. Ayan, 15 ang score, 75 points and 48.75%. Next, National Wages and Productivity Commission, DOLE pa rin, 15 ang score, 75 points and 48.75%. Next, DOLE pa rin, Professional Regulation Commission, no, PRC, 18 ang score, 90 points and 58.50%. Next naman ay nagmumula naman sa Department of Migrant Workers, Office of the Secretary, 18 ang score, 90 points and 58.50%. Next, Department of Migrant Workers pa rin, Overseas Workers Welfare Administration, 17 ang score, 85 points and 55.25%. Next is nagmumula naman po sa Department of National Defense, Office of the Secretary, 14 ang score, 70 points and 45.50%. Next, DND pa rin, Government Arsenal, 14 ang score, 70 points, 45.50%. Next, DND pa rin, Office of Civil Defense, 14 ang score, 70 points and 45.50%. Next, DND pa rin, Philippine Air Force, 16 ang score, 80 points and 52%. Next, DND pa rin, Philippine Army, 14 ang score, 70 points and 45.50%. Next, DND pa rin, Philippine Navy, 15 ang score, 75 points and 48.75%. Next ay DOST naman po mga kamaestro, no? Department of Science and Technology, Advanced Science and Technology Institute, 15 ang score, 75 points and 48.75%. Next is DOST pa rin, Food and Nutrition Research Institute, 14 ang score, 70 points and 45.50%. Next is DOST pa rin, Forest Products Research and Development Institute, 16 ang score, 80 points and 52%. Next, DOST, no, medyo marami po ang DOST dito, no? Industrial Technology Development Institute, 16 ang score, 80 points and 52%. Next, DOST pa rin, National Academy of Science and Technology, 16 ang score, 80 points and 52%. Next po is DOST pa rin, National Research Council of the Philippines. Ayan, 16 ang score, 80 points and 52%. Next po, DOST Pag-asa, 16 ang score, 80 ang points and 52%. Next po is DOST pa rin, Philippine Council for Agriculture, Aquatic and Natural Resources Research Development, 16 ang score, 80 points and 52%. Next is DOST pa rin, Philippine Council for Health Research and Development, 16 ang score, 80 points and 52%. Next is DOST PBOX, 16 ang score, 80 points and 52%. Next, DOST Philippine Nuclear Research Institute, 16 ang score, 80 points and 52%. Next, DOST pa rin, Philippine Science High School, 14 ang score, 70 points, 45.50%. Next, DOST Philippine Textile Research Institute, 14 ang score, 70 points and 45.50%. Next, DOST Technology Application and Promotion Institute, 18 ang points, 18 ang score, 90 points and 58.50%. Next po is Department of Social Welfare and Development, Office of the Secretary, 16 ang score, 80 points and 52%. Next, DSWD, Presidential Commission for the Urban Poor, ayan, 15 ang score, 75 ang points, 48.75%. Next naman is Department of Interior and Local Government, DILG, Office of the Secretary, 15 ang score, 75 points and 48.75%. Next, DILG pa rin, BJMP, 16 ang score, 80 ang points, 52%. Next, DILG Local Government Academy, 16 ang score, 80 points, 52%. Next, DILG National Commission on Muslim Filipinos, 14 ang score, 70 points, and 45.50%. Next, DILG Philippine Public Safety College, 16 ang score, 80 points, and 52%. Next, DTI Cooperative Development Authority, 18 ang score, 90 points, and 58.50%. Next is NEDA, ayan, Commission on Population, 16 ang score, 80 points, and 52%. Next, NEDA, Philippine Statistical Research and Training Institute, 16 ang score, 80 points, and 52%. Next, NEDA, Philippine Statistic Authority, PSA, 17 ang score, 85 points, and 55.25%. Next, Public-Private Partnership Center of the Philippines, NEDA pa rin, 16 ang score, 80 points, and 52%. Next, NEDA, Tariff Commission, 17 ang score, 85 points, 55.25%. Next naman po ay ang PCCO, ayan, Presidential Communication Operations Office, 14 ang score, 70 ang points, 45.50%. Then next po is PCCO or PCOO pa rin, Bureau of Broadcast Services, 19 ang score, 95 points, and 61.75%. Next, PCOO, Bureau of Communication Services, 16 ang score, 80 points, and 52%. Next po is PCOO National Printing Office, 15 ang score, 75 points, and 48.75%. And ang pinakalast po is ang PCOO News and Information Bureau, 14 ang score, 70 points, and 45.50%. Alright, so yan po mga kamaestro, no, yung kabuuan ng 74 na mga eligible agencies, offices na meron na pong or eligible na po para sa PBB 2023. So complete na po yan, no? Complete list as of today, February 6, 2025. And so share niyo po itong video natin, ano, para mas malaman po, no, maging aware po yung lahat ng mga government employees, ano po, na kabilang po dito sa mga agencies na to na eligible na po for PBB 2023. Alright, so dito na tatapusin itong ating video ngayon mga kamaestro. Kung di ka pa nakakapag-subscribe, click mo na ang subscribe button yan para ikaw yung unang nakakapanood ng mga videos na na-upload natin. Katulad dito, yung mga updates pa rin about sa PBB 2023 and other benefits sa mga teachers and government employees. And syempre, click mo na rin ang notification bell button para manonotify ka, always updated ka pag may mga bago tayong uploaded na videos. So muli, maraming salamat sa inyong panonood at pakikinig. Once again, El Maestro, see you on my next vlog. Bye-bye!
1, 2